Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for keeping me in line. Things to keep in mind. Try to list accomplishments that are specific and measurable. You should use superlatives like or first, words such as first or only or best or most or highest. Consider the so what factor. In other words, for every accomplishment that you list, ask yourself, so what? So what did this accomplish? What was the end result? And does this item you've listed truly characterize your ability and your potential for contributing to your next employer's success? And again, and this is important, it's worth mentioning again, make sure that each accomplishment is relevant to the type of job that you're seeking so that you're, again, not muddying the message, that you've got just a laser focus on what it is that you want and how your experience is relevant to the type position that you want. I do want to share some strategies to help you quantify your achievements if you're having trouble doing that. You can begin by thinking about each position in your career separately, even if it's within the same company. And ask yourself for each position, what am I most proud of in this job? And write those down. I mean, really give yourself an exercise in doing this. And also, how did I go above and beyond what was expected of me? Again, how did I make that difference? How did I increase the company's return on investment? Or how did I leave the company better off than it was before I got there? And another one might be, how did I make the job my own? If there were somebody else that were doing the same job, how did you make yours different? And if you were at an executive level, how did you run the company or lead the company or steward that organization differently than somebody else might have? How did you make the job your own? You can also check material from any past performance reviews if you have them, and oftentimes those will spur your memory, and you can quantify using estimates. And I really feel that it's important that it's okay to let you know that it's okay to estimate as long as you're not exaggerating and you feel confident that that's a relatively accurate or even conservative estimate. It's what I call a good faith estimate. As long as you're estimating in good faith and you can go in there and tell the background story as to how you came up with that number, it's all good. It's not like they're going to go back and ask you for spreadsheets, and they're not going to call your past employer and ask you if you really did what you said you did. Okay? And also, finally, keep in mind it's all about making money for the company or saving a company money. You want to make sure that you are shown as a safe bet for employers because they're not taking risks these days. They want to make sure you're a safe bet, and the best way to do that is to show what you have done for companies in the past. Okay? So if we've got a couple of questions left, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may ask, and you can press *2 if you're on the phone, or you can type them up if you're online. And like Lewis said, once you've put together a new resume, if you're interested in my services or if you'd like me to look over your resume, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about that. You can email me at Tammy, Tammy, at beyondjobsearching.com, or you can reply to one of the emails that I've sent with this teleclass information. You can also call my office, which is 816-600-2478, but I can tell you that I respond best to emails because I've got that written record, and I do schedule myself pretty heavily, so sometimes it takes me late into the evening to reply back to those. Also, please know that if you're wanting to talk with me relatively quickly, right now I'm booked for about a week and a half, and I actually see some people on the call right now that I have not responded back to, so I'm a little behind. A couple of weeks ago, I lost my administrative assistant when he got a wonderful job with benefits, and so now I'm kind of mired in the muck of administration. So you have to bear with me. I'll get to you as soon as possible, and I can get you scheduled for late next week or the week after. So finally, let me see if there's any other questions that come in. And Lewis, are you still there?
I'm still here.
All right. I'm hearing some kind of interference.
Yeah, it sounds like I have something
say goodbye. And
right.
We'll see everybody next week, next Thursday, which is the 19th at noon, and 18th, the 18th at noon. And we're going to be talking about, once you have this resume, how do you put it into action? So I'm going to give you my three-pronged approach to really getting it out there. And I'll give you specific tips on how to network, how to find companies that are growing, and how to find companies that meet your search criteria so you can proactively contact them. So that's a little bit of a sneak peek for next week. So I will see you then, and thank you very much, Louis, and thank you for everybody on the call. I really appreciate you sticking with us.
All right. Well, thank you, and you have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Talk to you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.